The Kia Sportage has built quite a reputation over the years. Stylish looks, tons of tech, and solid value for money. The 2026 model keeps that formula going strong, with refreshed design touches, an upgraded infotainment setup, and the latest hybrid and plug-in hybrid options designed to appeal to a wider range of buyers. But while the brochure paints a perfect picture, real-world impressions tell a different story. Many owners and reviewers have highlighted that the Sportage, despite all its upgrades, still lags behind key rivals in areas like power delivery, long-term reliability, and overall driving refinement. The base 2.5-liter engine, for example, can feel sluggish and noisy, especially when the vehicle is loaded with passengers or gear. Even the hybrid trims, while efficient, tend to suffer from inconsistent throttle response and limited electric-only range compared to segment leaders. Interior quality, though stylish at first glance, also varies widely depending on trim level. Some users note hard plastics in visible areas and a cabin that doesn't quite live up to the near-premium pricing of top trims. And speaking of price, the top-end SX Prestige and X Pro models now stretch close to $38,000 to $40,000, putting them dangerously close to larger, more refined SUVs. Then there's the question of long-term ownership. While Kia has improved dramatically over the past decade, the Sportage still faces mixed reliability ratings, and maintenance or parts availability for hybrid systems could be expensive once the warranty runs out. So before you fall for the looks and tech, it's worth knowing what you're really getting into. In this video, we'll go through the 8 reasons why the 2026 Kia Sportage might not be the best SUV choice for everyone, covering performance, comfort, pricing, and more. Let's get started. This is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. Before we jump into today's video, here's something every true car enthusiast will love: our official website, MotorNationGroup.com. It's your go-to destination for everything automotive, from the latest car launches and industry news to detailed reviews, performance breakdowns, comparisons, buyer guides, and even insights into future tech shaping the next generation of vehicles. And for daily updates, make sure to follow us on Instagram and X. Just search at MotorNation Group. Join the MotorNation community, where passion meets performance. Now, let's get back to the video. Let's start with one of the most noticeable drawbacks of the 2026 Kia Sportage: its underwhelming base gas engine performance. The standard Sportage still relies on a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, producing around 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. While that might seem reasonable for a compact SUV, it falls short when you compare it with segment leaders. In real-world conditions, acceleration feels modest at best. 0 to 60 miles per hour takes roughly 9.3 seconds, making it one of the slowest options in its class. This wouldn't be a big issue if the Sportage were tuned purely for comfort, but its size and weight work against it. The curb weight of nearly 3,700 pounds makes the engine feel strained, especially when climbing hills, overtaking, or driving with a full load of passengers. The 8-speed automatic transmission also prioritizes fuel efficiency over performance, often hesitating or hunting between gears when you need quick throttle response. As a result, highway merging can feel sluggish, and the engine noise becomes quite noticeable under heavy acceleration. Compared to rivals like the Honda CR-V, Mazda CX-5, or Toyota RAV4, which offer more refined turbo or hybrid options, the Sportage's base powertrain simply lacks the punch and responsiveness that today's drivers expect. So, if performance, refinement, or confident passing power are important to you, the base gas version of the 2026 Sportage may leave you feeling shortchanged. It's adequate for daily commuting, but not much more. Up next, the hybrid efficiency of the 2026 Kia Sportage, which, while improved on paper, doesn't always meet real-world expectations. Kia equips the hybrid variant with a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine paired with a 44-kilowatt electric motor and a 1.49 kilowatt-hours lithium-ion battery, delivering a combined 227 horsepower and 258 lb-ft of torque. On paper, that's a smart balance between power and efficiency, especially with an EPA-rated 42 miles per gallon city and 44 miles per gallon highway for the front-wheel drive version. However, when you take it out on real roads, the story changes slightly. Testers and owners have found that actual fuel economy tends to hover closer to 34 to 37 miles per gallon, especially in mixed driving conditions or when the vehicle is loaded. In hilly terrain or under aggressive acceleration, that number can drop even further. Part of this comes down to the 6-speed automatic transmission, which, though smoother than a CVT, can feel hesitant when shifting between gas and electric power. The handoff between the two power sources isn't always seamless, and under heavy throttle, the hybrid system can feel strained, with the engine revving loudly to maintain acceleration. It's worth noting that Kia's hybrid is still far more efficient than its base gas engine and offers a quieter, more refined drive. But for buyers expecting class-leading fuel economy and seamless hybrid operation, the Sportage's system still feels a generation behind Toyota's proven setup. So while the 2026 Sportage Hybrid delivers a nice mix of efficiency and performance, its real-world fuel economy and responsiveness don't quite match the promises on paper, making it a good, but not great, choice in the hybrid SUV market. Coming up next, one area where the 2026 Kia Sportage shows its cost-conscious side: interior quality and trim differences. While the Sportage's upper trims like the SX Prestige or X Pro Prestige boast a truly impressive cabin, with dual 12.3-inch displays, ambient lighting, soft-touch materials, and ventilated seats, the lower trims tell a different story. In base models, such as the LX or EX, reviewers have noted that the cabin feels noticeably more basic. You'll find harder plastics on the door panels and dashboard, cloth seats instead of synthetic leather, and fewer soft-touch surfaces overall. Even small touches, like the absence of chrome accents or the simpler single-zone climate controls, make the cabin feel less premium than the exterior design suggests. Some drivers also point out that fit and finish vary depending on the assembly batch, with minor inconsistencies in trim alignment or surface texture. And while Kia has made significant strides in design, the brand clearly saves the upscale materials and tech for higher trims. Meaning if you want that luxury feel, you'll need to step up to the pricier models. So, while the Sportage can look futuristic and stylish from the outside, the lower trims feel more utilitarian inside, reminding you that the premium experience Kia advertises really starts only once you move higher up the range. Next up, while the 2026 Kia Sportage nails comfort and practicality, it's not the SUV for driving enthusiasts. Kia has clearly tuned the Sportage to prioritize ride comfort and everyday smoothness. And while that makes it great for commuting or long highway drives, it means you won't find much excitement behind the wheel. Reviewers note that when pushed into corners, the suspension feels soft and body roll becomes noticeable, especially in the taller AWD trims. The steering is light and accurate for city use, but it doesn't offer the same feedback or precision as some rivals like the Mazda CX-50 or Volkswagen Tiguan, which feel more planted and engaging in turns. Even the sportier-looking X-Line and X-Pro variants don't bring much improvement here. They carry more rugged styling and off-road tires, but no real chassis or handling upgrades. Under normal driving, the setup works fine, it soaks up bumps well, and remains quiet on the highway. But if you enjoy spirited driving, mountain curves, or quick lane changes, the Sportage may come across as too soft and uninvolving. In short, this SUV is a comfort-first commuter, not a driver's machine. It's built to relax, not to thrill, and that's something to keep in mind if performance and handling are high on your list. Moving on, While the 2026 Kia Sportage packs plenty of technology, some of its controls still frustrate everyday users. The most talked about issue continues to be Kia's dual-function touch panel, the sleek strip below the infotainment screen that switches between climate controls and media functions with a single touch. It looks futuristic, but in practice, it can be awkward and distracting, especially when you're driving and have to switch between temperature and audio controls. Even though Kia improved the infotainment system with a larger 12.3-inch display, faster response times, and wireless smartphone integration, the usability hasn't fully caught up. Reviewers mention that the touch-sensitive buttons lack tactile feedback and simple adjustments, like changing fan speed or radio volume, often require multiple taps or eyes off the road. Beyond that, some owners have noted occasional lag in the system and inconsistent voice recognition, particularly in lower trims that don't get the top-tier software package. So yes, the Sportage looks modern inside and boasts cutting-edge screens, but its interface can sometimes feel more high-maintenance than high-tech. It's a reminder that sleek design doesn't always mean easy usability. Now here's something that adventure lovers should know. The 2026 Kia Sportage may look rugged, but it's not built for serious off-roading. Yes, Kia offers X-Line and X-Pro trims that give the SUV a more adventurous attitude, complete with chunkier tires, skid plate styling, and available all-wheel drive. But underneath, the Sportage remains a road-focused crossover designed primarily for comfort, fuel efficiency, and urban usability, not for tackling deep mud, rocky trails, or steep inclines. It doesn't have features like locking differentials, low-range gearing, or heavy-duty suspension systems that true off-road SUVs, such as the Jeep Compass Trailhawk or Subaru Forester Wilderness, include. Even the ground clearance, at around 8.3 inches, is fine for light gravel or snow, but not ideal for rough terrain. When it comes to towing, the story's similar. The standard gasoline model can pull around 2,000 pounds, while the hybrid can manage about 1,650 pounds. That's enough for a small trailer or bike rack, but it falls short compared to bigger rivals that can tow 3,500 pounds or more. So while the 2026 Sportage looks adventure-ready on the outside, it's best thought of as a stylish urban explorer, not an all-terrain workhorse. If your weekends involve serious off-road trails or towing heavy loads, you might want to look elsewhere. Another reason to be cautious with the 2026 Kia Sportage is the wave of early owner complaints about feature availability and quality, issues that often come with a refreshed or updated model. On popular forums like Reddit and Kia enthusiast communities, several owners have shared concerns about missing or delayed features. For example, some reported that the towing hitch wiring harness for the 2026 model year isn't yet compatible or readily available from dealerships, limiting the SUV's towing functionality right out of the gate. Others mention that certain tech and connectivity systems, like Kia Connect remote services, voice commands, or over-the-air updates, have been slow to activate or inconsistent in operation. In a world where buyers expect instant smartphone-style convenience, these hiccups can be frustrating. Additionally, a few owners pointed out fit and finish inconsistencies, such as minor rattles, unresponsive infotainment screens, or early software bugs, suggesting that the production and software rollout may still be ironing out glitches. So, if you're the kind of buyer who expects everything to work seamlessly from day one, these early issues could be a red flag. It's often wiser to wait a few months into production, once Kia addresses these initial teething problems. And finally, the last, design refresh was conservative and less distinctiveness. The 2026 Kia Sportage receives a mild design refresh, but many reviewers argue it's more evolutionary than revolutionary. Compared to the bolder, futuristic look that defined the previous Sportage, this new version feels visually toned down. According to Yahoo Autos, Kia's decision to make the styling more conventional may help it blend better into mainstream tastes. But that also means it loses some of the identity and daring edge that once made it stand out in a crowded compact SUV segment. The front fascia now features softer headlights and a less dramatic grille design, while the side and rear profiles have been subtly reshaped for aerodynamics and refinement. While the overall look is cleaner, it arguably sacrifices the wow factor that attracted younger or more style-conscious buyers to the previous model. Some enthusiasts say the new design feels a bit safe or generic, especially when parked next to sharper-looking rivals like the Hyundai Tucson, Mazda CX-50, or Toyota RAV4 Hybrid Woodland Edition. So, if you were drawn to the Sportage for its bold, futuristic design language, the 2026 version might feel like a step back in personality. It's well-proportioned and modern, but no longer the visual standout it once was. If you made it this far, it's clear that the 2026 Kia Sportage still brings plenty to the table, from a comfortable ride and generous tech features to solid safety ratings and hybrid options. But as we've seen, it's not without its drawbacks. The underwhelming base engine, modest real-world hybrid gains, and less engaging driving feel might leave performance-focused drivers unsatisfied. Meanwhile, lower trim materials, some infotainment quirks, and limited off-road or towing ability make it less versatile than a few rivals. Add in the conservative design refresh and early owner complaints about feature availability, and it's clear the Sportage isn't perfect for everyone. That said, if you value comfort, practicality, and a modern design at a competitive price, it's still a strong contender in the compact SUV market. But for those who want more excitement, refinement, or utility, you might want to cross-shop models like the Mazda CX-50, Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, or Hyundai Tucson before making your final call. So what do you think? Does the 2026 Kia Sportage still deserve a spot on your shortlist? Or would you avoid it for one of its rivals? This is MotorNation. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more detailed car reviews, comparisons, and automotive insights every week.